Thank you. I'm supposed to introduce her after, but she's going to be my help right now. Sorry, that was hard just because of my daughter. But I want to thank you guys for having me at this wonderful event. It's overwhelming, and it's been an exciting weekend. I want to give a very special thank you to Richard Sanders, who, besides being my mentor, is a very dear friend. So thank you for having me here so I can share my message. When I found out I was diagnosed in June, I had two thoughts. The one was to jump out of a plane. So that Sunday following, I jumped 18,000 feet, and as exciting as it was.
That's great.
I couldn't wait to get back on the ground, to be completely honest. But the rest was all about my daughter Naomi, Gary, my parents, and my brother. Lots of questions. How is this happening? Why me? I'm only 35. And the biggest question is, the biggest problem was I didn't want to leave Gary as a widowed father because Naomi needs her mommy. So after the whole spin of the head, my reaction became strength and, hi. And I started doing the slogan, which I've learned a lot of us cancer patients now say, which is kick its ass. And when they were interviewing me for the piece, they asked me if anything positive came from getting cancer, and my answer after much silence was definitely no. But, God, thanks to, it's helping actually. So keep popping.
Can somebody bring her a glass of wine?
I'm like, do something. And then I said, yes, there's one thing positive, and if I could save another woman's life, that is, oh, thank you. They made me switch to red, by the way.
Doctor's orders.
I said if I could save another woman's life, then yes, I got the message across. Thus far, I have been told I've saved 2 women's lives since I was diagnosed in June. The phone calls, I have to admit, are horrific and terrible, and you don't want them, but because I'm not being quiet, my friends that are all in their 30s are getting mammograms. Breast cancer runs in my family, and when I was around 25 years old, I did have a benign tumor removed, but no one ever spoke to me about the BRCA gene test. No one ever spoke to me about the follow-ups. It was, we'll see you when you're 40. That seems to be how breast cancer goes. But at 35, I said it was time for a mammo. I begged my doctors, and I was able to get the prescription. But now, here I am, a stage 4 cancer survivor. I actually like to call myself a warrior, as the word survivor doesn't really work for me right now, and it's a bit too fresh. But my biggest questions that have been going on are, why do we have to beg the doctors before we're 40 to get a mammogram? It has to change because so many younger women, like the 2 of us, are standing up here in our 30s being diagnosed with breast cancer. Recently, I had a meeting with someone about breast cancer for a possible opportunity, and I said, why me? There's millions of us out there. What makes my story so special? And he said, you're special because you're fighting and you're willing to share your story and help push for early detection and to cure this horrible disease. Since June, I have raised over $35,000. Most of it is actually being donated to Komen, and I do have around $2,500 in my hands here from an RCA reunion I put together recently with my old colleagues, and everybody donated $20 or more, and we ended up walking out with over $2,500 that night. You know, after I calmed down getting my diagnosis, one of my questions to the doctor was, should I be testing my daughter? Because no one ever told me about the BRCA gene test, and if it's running in me, you know, and their biggest, they were pretty much horrified and said no. And they told me they're gonna have the problem solved by then. But I ask you tonight, because right now there is no cure, there's medicines to help prolong our lives, but I'm gonna ask you all tonight to please donate as much as you can. I know there's a recession, and I know how hard it is, but by donating, you're giving money to the research that can help hopefully either cure us or help us live as long as we can. Cancer affects everyone. Everyone in this room probably has a story. So think of those people, even if it's not breast cancer, and please try to help out. So I'm just one woman standing up here, and, well, I have another now. But I need to be around for my daughter, Naomi, and she needs to know how hard her mommy fought, and that's why I'm here tonight. So I just want to thank everybody for a wonderful, relaxing weekend. And to switch gears, I want to talk about Stephanie. It's very funny it's not funny, but when you meet other cancer, when you're told you have cancer, you meet other patients, and normally people shake hands, but when you're told you have cancer and you meet another cancer patient, you tend to hug, and that's what happened at the pool with us yesterday. We met because I was speaking to Stephanie's friend, and she said, oh my God, my friend's in her 30s. We were both misdiagnosed, and here we are today with no timeline, but here we are. And it's just wonderful because it's a very quick bond, and especially being the same age and very much in the same situation. So I'm honored that I'm here and I got to meet her. Stephanie is also a spokesman, a host, and a patient advocate, and she's also a board member for the Los Angeles County Susan G. Komen for the Cure. She lobbies to Congress and the Senate annually on Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. to pass breast cancer legislative bills. So we're here to ask you to donate, and just thank you guys for supporting us.